Hello guys, welcome back to 1878 Blues, Everton v Brighton. Another game for the Blues at Goodison Park. Just before we get into this match preview, if you can like, comment, subscribe. Trying to get to 800 subs. Get us there. If you're a Brighton fan, sub to us. You know, fairly entertaining normally when we lose. And yeah, let's. I'm gonna predict actually on my likes like again this video. Match preview. I'm gonna say about 12. 12 likes. I mean, listen, it's not gonna hurt you pressing that button and pressing a like on you. You know what I mean? It's gonna help me. It's gonna expand the channel. It's gonna help the channel. So yeah, how much? I'd be happy if you did that for me. Let's just put it as that. Everton v Brighton. Yes, another big opportunity for Everton to capitalise on our good form and against the side in Brighton who haven't particularly been themselves in recent games. You could argue in the past month they've been a bit up and down, inconsistent. Barring the international break, they haven't won a game in the Premier League since the 24th of September. You know, in that form, they've been beaten by Aston Villa 6-1. Dismal performance for them. Yes, they've beaten the likes of Ajax, but they are bottom in their own respected league. It's a big chance for Everton. You know, I'm not gonna ignore the fact that Brighton have still got a very good team. They are still 7th in the league, so it shows how good they was before this run of form. And are they going through a potential future type of spell for the club? I would say no. I think this is just a little patch. Oh God, a little patch for them. But that does concern me because if anyone here knows, and I've been watching for a while, I prefer to play teams who are winning. And that might sound crazy because teams in good form, good moods, want to absolutely batter us. I prefer to face teams like that because I think we play better against them. I think when you're on a bit of an up and down streak, you're probably in a way more determined to win, to win over your manager and yeah, just get things back on track. And at the same time, playing against Brighton in this Sean Dyche squad. Now, if this was Frank Lampard, I'd be very concerned for this game. But Sean Dyche recently is proving a lot of doubters wrong. You know, he's setting up this team well. He's setting us to be hard to beat. We've conceded less goals than Brighton in the Premier League. Now, a lot of people could say, yes, because you are very defensive, and it's only a 5-goal difference. It's not massive. And Brighton play expansive football, and they do expect teams to have chances against them. Now, their defence this season has been a bit ropey. I'm not going to lie. It's just not been as solid as they have been. For whatever reason that is. You know, McAllister leaving hasn't really made a difference. I don't recall them losing a defender. So yeah, it's a patchy spell for them. But we can't doubt the quality they have going forward. Now, all these scenarios of me thinking that this is the team I would like to face, the way we're playing at the moment, the way we're set up, we're better set up against teams who are wanting to attack. That's their main aim. And play free-flowing football. We tend to play better against teams like that. And this is why I'm thinking it's a very good opportunity for Everton and also with the form of Brighton that we can get maximum points out of this game. And, you know, in recent performances, why can't you? Now, Burnley, very poor against Everton. Very, very poor. Yeah, so, you know, you could say that wasn't a test for us, but, you know. And also Burnley play a lot more expansive football, but it's not obviously working for them. So it was in our favour again. And I just believe we have the players to kind of get at Brighton. I think we can make them uncomfortable. We can make Goodison a fortress again, hopefully, for the last remaining months of the ground. Yeah, you know, I just think this is a massive opportunity for us. I think, you know, I wouldn't say we particularly rested anyone, but I'm hoping the likes of Patterson comes back in. I think I've just preferred him to be up against Ansu Fati, Matoma, Joao Pedro. I prefer him just to be facing them type of players than Ashley Young, and that's not disrespect to Ashley Young. He also played him a few days ago. Ashley Young, he's 38, so even if we didn't have a necessarily not a bad opinion against him, but just an opinion of he shouldn't be starting for Everton Football Club, it's still a lot to ask for a 38-year-old to be playing 2 games in a space of 3 days. So, yeah, Patterson back in straight for me. Pickford, the same lineup, really. Basically the same lineup. Argument for maybe Harrison to get dropped, but, you've got DCL in the middle there, and DCL is showing that he can play on the ball with his feet. We can go through the middle of teams, but I still think Harrison, he's not going to play great every game. I can't just we can't just one player has a bad game, you drop him out already. I think normally that's the case if a player's having a few bad games, and I think Harrison's been alright before the Burnley game. And Danjuma just offers a different type of threat. But, they're good in the air, Brighton. I don't know if they have been this season, but defensively they're normally good in the air, and you'd rather be playing in behind them and whatnot. So there's an argument there between Harrison and Danjuma. McNeil's 100% playing. We just know that, and I prefer him to play. I think he's getting better and better. Garner, start James Garner, midfield Onana, Decore, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin up front. So that's, you just can't go. When you have your best team available, and the best team up to now, what we're seeing, then you're gonna have to start these players, and you're gonna have to make use of them, haven't you? So we're kind of fortunate at the moment. We haven't had many injuries as normal. Obviously that's gonna come into play. Let's just hope we have a good amount of points on the board before that happens, because it will happen. But yeah, it's our chance. They've got a lot of good players, Brighton, and it could be a game for them to turn up and showcase why they are where they are. And De Zerbi isn't a bad manager. He's going to watch how Everton are being. He's going to know the crowd's going to be on top of them. I said we'll try and have a fast start to a game, and recently we've been taking our chances in them fast starts. But it's up to Brighton to counteract that, and hopefully not. Hopefully they have another off game. Now, my thinking is this is a big opportunity for Everton, but it's not necessarily thinking that we're going to win the game. I think there's no disappointment really, in the sense if you drew the game. I mean, do we have an outright say we're going to beat Brighton at home on recent form? Yeah, but overall you've got to be realistic in this league. It's not all going to be happy and fairy tales now, because we've had 5 wins out of 7. It doesn't, we've got to be realistic as Everton fans. There's going to be up and down to the season. I've said I just hope we get enough points as quick as possible. If the second half of the season's quite tragic, but we've hit the 40-point mark or close to it, then I won't be complaining too much, even though you expect the standards to be the same throughout the season. You would hope so in terms of consistency, but for this club right now, I just want us to stay in the league. I just want us to, and also, already this season, this kind of patch is being lost. I think it's been a lot better than the past 2 seasons, because normally I think when we've had a good patch, I'll say the start of Benitez in 2021 to 22, we won a fair amount of games. I think we was in the top 5. I think it's the first 4 games, and then we completely collapsed. But this is like the largest period where we've done reasonably well, and it's not at the tail end of the season when the points are much needed, and we end up all of a sudden starting to perform a lot more just because you could say that the fans have pushed them over the line. you know, we're at a stage of the season where we've gone past the opening part of it really bad, deserved more from what we got, and we could have collapsed from there, and we haven't, and we've changed it around, and we've digged in deep, and we've come out with these performances out of nowhere, really. Well, not really nowhere, because they have been there in a sense. We just haven't got the goals, and we haven't scored many goals. And then Dominic Calvert-Lewin's come back, and he's slowly but surely just progressively getting better. And I feel like I've gone back in time, seeing him in lockdown, playing with James Rodriguez and that. Like, he started to showcase that form. And I've never doubted that. I just didn't know if he's good enough to be our future striker. I think, you know, there's always a competition that you would like to have and hope to have a better, you know, you always want to improve. And listen, Beto is not probably going to be that answer, but Beto will give you 100%. I absolutely loved the way Beto celebrated his assist against Burnley with the Ashley Young goal. And he just, that's what I wanted to see from him. But, you know, I'm not going to lie, he's not going to start this game. You've got, you know, Dominic Calvert-Lewin is the main striker at this club. He probably was told that better when he joined the club. It's just his, you know, when you have a chance, take it in the terms of Beto. And even just tactically for this game, Dominic Calvert-Lewin makes more sense. But yeah, it's another big game. It's a chance for us to go to 13 points. It's a chance for us to get a win on the board, relieve the pressure, everything surrounding the club. We've had such a good week. May long it continue. But I do think Brighton will get something out of this game. I'd love us to just absolutely smash them 4-0 or something. You know, we've done it before. We've beaten them 5-1. But then again, you could argue that we got beaten 4-1 at home, but with a different manager. So let's hope Sean Dyche again gets the better of De Zerbi and we pull out a great performance. But in my eyes, and I've said but a lot in the past minute, I've just realised that, I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. I've said that on my Super 6 prediction, and I've not changed it since. I just think it'll be a 1-1 draw. I think two teams will be at it. But I do think Brighton will play really well. I think they'll showcase again of where they are. You know, we can't, I know I've said the names before, but even forgetting the likes of, I don't know if Danny Welbeck's coming back. I've not heard news about that. Don't think he is. You've got James Miller now, unfortunately, at their club. But also, João Pedro, as I mentioned, but Ferguson, you know, he can make a difference. He can come on and score the winner after, you know, deadlock type of game. He's that type of player. So, yeah. Yeah, hopefully the Blues do prove me wrong. And that's just not me not being in belief of Everton winning the game. I just think at some points it'll just halt it a little bit. And I think I'll be up and down for Everton. And, you know, you can't argue that why that can't be the case. You know, Armstrong isn't an amazing squad. It isn't a squad that should be fighting in the top 10 of the league. This squad is about a 13th and 14th type of squad in the league's table. So there will be up and downs like many other squads in and around us. So teams in and around us. So yeah, I think 1-1. Good result, you know, I wouldn't be crying about it. But obviously I'm hoping for wins and more wins and as much wins as possible before it gets to the real horrible tail end of the season. But yeah, that's my prediction. That's my thoughts on the game. Like I said before, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all for the match reaction. Hopefully, I'll be happy as hell. Actually, I do know what I'm going to do. I'll be doing my match reaction in Manchester, actually. I've got a gig to go to, so I'm going to have to do it in public, which is something I don't really look forward to doing. But yeah, see you all soon.